We hosted Shark Week in 2005, and when they asked us to host it in '08, we're thinking, honestly, we felt like we did everything we ever wanted to know about sharks back then. But on a long drive back from a location, Jamie and I and our director Alice spent a ton of time just thinking through all sorts of other things that we may want to try in different ways. And one of the ones I was most enthusiastic about was flapping fish. You're always hearing in every shark documentary that sharks are attracted to the sound made by an injured fish. But I've never seen anyone test it. It was not a simple thing to work out the methodology of, but it was definitely the one that I was most psyched about trying.
I'd have to say I was the same way about that myth, because it is something whenever you're in the water and you're swimming around in the ocean and should I splash? It's like, are you going to be attracting something? And there was this wonderful situation that I actually got in a little trouble from the dive master. I ended up in a little inflatable rubber boat out, and I was activating this flapping device that was on a rod that went down about 6 feet. That kind of sort of worked or didn't work to some degree, but while I was there, I started smacking the water with an oar, and the water all of a sudden is boiling with these gigantic sharks. It was just, it was surreal.
They told him to stop.
We determined that the fish, a regular fish, like a dead fish anyway, is kind of limp, and it doesn't really make a good smacking in the water sound even if you move it vigorously. So we did some testing, and we ended up with a sheet of plastic on a rod that kind of does what metal or sheet materials do when you buckle them. They kind of snap a little bit. And we made a really simple rig with that on a rod, but one of the tricky things that we ended up doing, that was the hardest part about the whole thing, was we wanted to remove the element of vision and just have, this was about the sound of flapping fish. So we made these lampshade-like things that hung around the thing to disguise it from the sharks. If they came, they'd only be coming because of the vibration.
Sound, not the sight or the smell.
But of course there was a lot of current out there, so these things were like ripping and going sideways. Everything that possibly could go wrong
pretty much went wrong.
But smacking the water with the oar was cool. That worked.